Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. My name is Kristen Ryder, and I am here to broadcast my first show of Who Are You, where I will be having guests later in the month, which I have yet to cast. But this has been a long time coming, and because of all of the changes in our world that we have been experiencing, which I feel I had a leg up on in 2019. Things are ready to go now. So I'm going to turn my chat on. I've joined live stream so I can stream this to my Facebook, my YouTube, and Instagram, I believe. And I am working out all the technicalities of it. So when I do have guests on, I'll know how to be the best hostess with the mostest. And I'm laughing at the divine timing of the universe because I had my other readers on that are hilariously broken. And I just got the delivery of my new ones literally before I was going to hit play. So, anyway, I've got my chat on if anybody wants to ask questions as I share this. And I think we're going live. Yes, we are. 1 minute. And I've got one person on. It might be my mom. Hi, Mom. I love you. Thanks for making me, Mom. I don't think I have those enabled on this stream. So I had recently, was May crazy for everybody or what? May was so ridiculous. I think my main saying was, oh, there goes another kitchen sink. You know, the saying, oh, put in everything but the kitchen sink. May was everything and the kitchen sink. So I'd be joking with friends and I'd be like, oh, there goes another kitchen sink. Okay, everybody, we better buckle up. And I'm an astrologer, so I am going to be probably referencing some astrology because I can't not. Because things are written in the stars. They help us with our divine timing of things. If y'all are a member at Serious Joy, you experience. Hi, Heidi. Oh my God, so good to see you. There's my mom. Hey, Mom. So happy new moon in Gemini, that apex this morning at 8:37 a.m. Happy new moon. It's a powerful one with Venus conjoining it. And then the moon is going to conjunct Venus. So tell everyone in your world that you love them, because it is more important now than ever before for us to come from an authentic place in our hearts. So back on the weekend of May 18th and 19th, I was with the beautiful company of Serious Joy. That's SIRIUS.joy.com, seriousjoy.com. We all came together, and it's a powerful community of astrologers, light workers, healers, sound healers. I am the sound healer on seriousjoy.com. I do daily sound drops. That is my show where I walk people through daily breath work. We do sound healing. I encourage you to use your voice to bring that vibration into your own body so that you can heal yourself with your own vibration. And then we do a daily prayer on my show. We've got pep talks with Christopher Witecki and Robbie Hunt that are all based on your chart and the astrology that's going on today. I also do my Keeping It Surreal show where I interview people because things in life are getting real surreal, everybody. Oh my gosh. Like, okay, is this really happening? Yes, it is. Am I a hologram? Yes, I am. Am I experiencing crazy dreams? Yes, I am. I've heard a lot of people having some really powerful and possibly AI intervened dreams. I know I've experienced some of those. Anyway, I digress. So those were the events that happened in May. And I did a sound bath healing that's up on my Instagram and Facebook for you to view a testing of that at my dear friend Paige Irwin's down in Houston. And the work that I am up to with my sound healing bowls has gotten so activated. There's truly no words to express how it affects me and my vibration and all those that come into contact with it, because it is helping me fulfill my earth purpose of literally raising humanity's vibration one note at a time. And it is humbling work that has gotten potently activated since we had that solar eclipse in Aries on April 8th. So, this is a story that I've wanted to share on YouTube. Y'all, I've gotten so censored. I've been on the battlefield with the courts and all sorts of stuff since 2020, if not 2019, since I lost my family. And that has been a grieving process that has actually helped facilitate my astrology readings for my clients, because I've got a PhD in grief, and in my intuitive and astrological knowledge, that is going to be of great service for many of you that are watching this video. So, if you would like to book a private sound healing or an astrological reading, you can go to my website, Kristen Reiter, KristinReitter.com. Contact me there and book a session. My rates are super cheap, so I am not raising my prices like our government is raising everything else, because we got to get humanity there. So everybody probably hears, raising your frequency, raising your vibration. And some of y'all might be so tired of hearing that, but it's so important right now. There's going to be so much information thrown our way, especially since Jupiter ingressed into Gemini last Saturday. And this is where Mars retrograded a couple years ago. So it's like, okay, getting our ego and minds right a couple years ago. And now it's like, okay, that's all going to get expanded through this next year of so much information coming our way. And it's really going to be important for us to anchor our energy in our hearts and with Gaia, so that we can use our discernment in loving ways to keep our eyes on the prize of where we want to go as a humanity collective. I love that I'm doing this today because the new moon is in my 11th house, which is ruled by Aquarius. And I got Mercury and Venus there. So I'm looking forward to a Venus returns. But this is my gift to humanity. So while I was at Unite the Light, I had the great pleasure of meeting so many light workers in person. And that was when I announced on stage that I would be birthing this show, Who Are You? And I've got a few people that have submitted for casting that would like to come on my show. So I don't care if you don't even know you're a light worker, but you want to start a business or you have an idea and you just need to like light the cannon and go, kind of like I'm doing with this show right now. Contact me. I would love to have you on these platforms as my guest and share your gifts with the world, because it's time for all of us to out ourselves. Some of you in Serious Joy know I record in my closet. It's time to come out of the closet and into the light and onto the stage of the World Wide Web for all of us to share our gifts and talents, so that the assistance that those that are just waking up in their consciousness, just beginning to find out the truths of all of the lies that we've all been handed, the last ever. I mean, it's the last ever. It really amped up in 2020, but the last ever. Some of you that are in tune with your past lives know we've probably been next to each other and burnt at the stake for trying to tell our truths then. And now is the time for us to come out with our truths. So that is one of the reasons I also want to host this show and interview other light workers so that we can support each other, be accountable for each other. And thank you, Heidi, for loving my sound drops, and support each other in getting our businesses up off the ground, out into the world, and finding the people that need our help the most. That said, the story I wanted to share about how I was activated on the solar eclipse April 8th. Many of you know that I live here in the beautiful mountains of Asheville, North Carolina. Gaia has, throughout my life, always called me to where I needed to be. And I knew I wanted to raise my son here. I knew that I had had a lifetime here that was a similar, well, it was the same lifetime of working with this mountain range, which is full of quartz, with the mountain range in Machu Picchu. I had done a yoga retreat there, not understanding that it was a past lifetime of going there, and being there and activating those mountains. And this lifetime, I'm kind of merging those multidimensional lifetimes into this one to activate the quartz in these mountains now to a high frequency and assist Gaia in her ascending process as she is assisting all of us, because this is probably the fifth time we've tried to make this leap. And humanity is ready to make this leap, especially with Pluto coming into Aquarius. If y'all don't know astrology, Pluto's going to dip back to that 29-degree September 1st for one last grab, one last little power grab. And then it'll come out November 19th. And it's like, all right, bye, old paradigm. See you later. Thanks. Nice playing with you for the last God knows how many years, probably since the fall of Atlantis and Lemuria. I'm obviously outing myself to all my normie performer friends, but if you were a close performer friend of mine, I'm still the same. So when the solar, so Craggy, there's a place called Craggy here that is a beautiful hike up north where I live. And it has been calling me really all this year. And I've been getting activated for a few years now with a remembrance of how to work with the grid of Gaia. It's almost like, well, when I was in Machu Picchu in 2003, I did a ceremony and was reminded that at the core of Gaia is a beautiful sphere of crystal. She is a living being. She is very much alive. She is very much consciousness. And I reunited honestly with her and remembered that technology then. So as I continued, hey, Sister Noelle, I figured out the technology, girl. I'm just doing it. I lit the cannon. I love you. Happy new moon. So in that journey, I remembered the core. And then as I was beginning to really start working seriously with clients and my sound healing bowls in 2018, when I got my own apartment, I was being shown that I was literally unplugging the back of my clients' heart chakras. It's almost like it was like they were trapped in the matrix, you know, that plug that they had in the matrix at the back of their head. So, what was happening in my sessions was I was starting to unplug people's this plug from the back of their heart chakra. And then it was really trippy, y'all. Like I'd unplug my clients and then like this weird black goo would energetically come up and I'm like, whoa, okay. And I'm like, y'all better help me like figure out how I got to heal these people, or they help me remember all of my multidimensional selves so I can clear this black goo because it's not from here. I mean, black goo. Does that does that give you a fun feeling in your belly? No. So I was doing that. And then what would happen, and this was activating my grid work consciousness with Gaia, she would stream up a crystalline energetic line. And then I would assist that line to be anchored in the back of the heart chakra of my clients. So, yeah, what a humbling process. And then it would activate other ley lines and things as the grid would open up to support them in an organic healing process with that crystalline light. Because as I do the sound healing, I'm consciously activating the quartz in the mountains in the Asheville and surrounding areas. I mean, and that has even advanced now since the solar eclipse. So I was called to Craggy this year for 3 times. And I was like, oh, okay. I'd go up with my crystals, get ready to come. Hi, Erica. I love you. Thank you so much for popping in, sister. It was so great to see you at Unite the Light. So, starting this year, the activations that started becoming present that I needed to go and work with was up at Craggy. So I do these unity meditations every Sunday with this amazing woman named Sandra Walter. I pray I get to meet her in person. I know her as a sister. I don't know if she knows who I am yet, because who are you, Kristen? Well, I'm out of my closet now, God universe. Um, but I've been doing her unity meditations every Sunday for the last 8 years that she has started them. And I thank my dear friend Grace in Los Angeles for introducing me to Sandra Walter's work, because it has assisted me in activating my consciousness and my crystalline Christed knowingness in this ascension process as well. My heart is so full of the synchronicities, how God has placed the perfect people in my path my whole life, really. And I am forever grateful for that. And taken some away the last few years, and that's okay. South Node in Libra, it's going to continue as we all draw these healthy boundaries in our relationships. That's the astrology, till we start hitting the Pisces axis and Virgo in the fall. So, as I was going up to just set my crystal grids for these, and I would go up on new moons or full moons, Sundays, definitely. They were like, oh, you're going to be using your vortex technology, which I was gifted the knowledge of when I put myself accidentally in a crystal back in Mount Shasta forever and a day ago. Hilarious. I thought my friend was going to kill me. He's like, darling, you put yourself in the crystal. And I'm like there in the crystal that I thought I cracked and holding a vortex. Tell God your plans. It's a new moon. I am. So that technology of gridding to the core of Gaia, they're like, nope, you're opening a vortex. So I set my grid and then opened the vortex, and then was called back the next month during a Sunday Unity meditation to activate it out even higher, which has assisted Gaia in her ascension process and charging the higher frequencies and allowing the higher frequencies of all these solar flares, new plasma coming into the field, all sorts of activations going on. So then I had done some travel prior to the solar eclipse. Oh God, that's right. I went to Miami. Y'all, that was just a whole nother amazing experience. Are y'all having so many experiences in this fabulous ascension process? Because I am. And humbling, my goodness. So I was too tired to do this other place that I will eventually go to this summer. That's going to be a huge activation. So I just went up to Craggy again. I was like, this is what I've got in the meat suit, this physical form capabilities today. Yes, today's the new moon at apex to 8:37 a.m. in Gemini at 16 degrees. It's sextiling my sun, which is why I'm on this right now. Um, And so when I went to go up there for the solar activation on the eclipse, I have a lot of aspects in Aries in my ninth house. So I'm hiking up Craggy. I got my awesome earth runners on, which are fabulous, by the way, for grounding. So I'm hiking up. I have a beautiful, what do I call this person? I have a beautiful human with me who's hiking it with me, allowing me to do all my woo woo. And about halfway up the mountain, all of a sudden, everybody starts coming in, my guides, my higher selves, my big, huge, interdimensional mama bear, who is a giant being. She's cloaked in this beautiful black and purple cloak, long gray hair, so huge. And I know why she's so huge. When I climbed Wainu Picchu back in the day in Machu Picchu, she is an intergalactic being who is in charge of helping children prepare for their earth purpose. Well, here I am again. So, anywho, she comes in and she's like, "Oh, you're going to be doing X, Y, and Z." I was like, "Oh, okay." So, all my guides, everybody's like, "You got to do it this way. You got to do it this way." I was like, "Okay, I'm getting to the top of the mountain." So we get there. I find my vortex point. I activate it with new crystals. And literally, I've got so many quartz crystals that I just throw up there. I'm like, whoa, one has to go over there. So I go in to do my meditation during the eclipse. And this was so big. My hands were shaking. I was just like, wow. Okay. So I had to get grounded, definitely barefoot, sitting on the planet. I get my vortex opened, and they're like, okay, you are getting initiated into Gatekeeper. I was like, what? So, in this meditation, I activated the vortex. That in turn was so massive and high. It activated the grid around Gaia and all the mountains. It was a massive vortex. I had never been at the core of a vortex so massive. And whenever I do this work, it's always a white iridescent light. I think that's my mama dragon lineage of some other parallel universe that many, is it parallel universe? It's parallel dimension for sure. So anyway, they're guiding me to the base of where this vortex is anchored into the core of Gaia. Y'all, this has never happened to me before. So at the core of this vortex was an ancient sphere. You know the sewers, the sewer accesses that you see? So it looked kind of like that, but it was like really old, and it was, you know how copper tarnishes, like the Statue of Liberty is so tarnished right now. So that's sort of what it looked like, but it had these ancient writings and levels and like keys. So they said, okay, we need you to anchor your consciousness in because you have the keys to open this gateway. So I'm like, whoa, this is a humbling process. And, I've got my meditations going. I'm in with my Christed timeline. I'm like, okay, all right, dad. Jesus was my dad. I was like, all right, here we go. I'm going to open this grid, open this gateway that I didn't know I could do. So they're like, okay, you have to lock in the key. And the key that I had was like with my hands. So I literally had to place it down. And they're like, open the key, which is from my heart. Nuts. So I set my hands on this huge, massive gateway. And they're like, this has been hidden for eons. So I placed it there and closed it eons ago to protect Gaia and humanity from truly falling all the way out. So I had to activate it, open it, turn it a specific pattern, specific ways. And then it was just like, holy moly, it opened. It was like I was like, whoa, this is some really ancient technology, and I'm loving it. I am loving it. I'm loving remembering who I am. I am all that I am. So I opened it, and it was just this huge geyser of light. And then as soon as that had happened, it was kind of a cloudy day here in Asheville on the eclipse. But right as it happened and I opened it, you could start seeing the activation of the eclipse and the moon coming over the sun and starting to activate the eclipse. And I was like, all right, well, my work here is done. Had a lovely picnic and a beautiful rest of the time watching the eclipse and a beautiful descent from the mountain. And it was pretty humbling. And I was like, is what just happened? What just happened? And this is the magic and the consciousness that I'm outing myself with, to possibly so you can give yourself permission to out yourself of your magic to the World Wide Web and find your local community light workers that are ready to connect with you and shift this shift. Because there's a lot that's going to be coming out this month that is really going to shock a lot of people. And if people have been kind of like ostriches and hiding their heads in the sand and pretending that there's nothing to see here, nothing's gone wrong, it may be really hard for them in this awakening process, because it's not just them that fell for the trick, that fell for all the stuff that's been going on. We've all been lied to about everything, about who we really are, about how powerful we are, and the gifts that we are all gifted with in our heart, in our organic DNA, which my sound healings are helping activate in clients. And I have witnessed in my sound healings some of that black goo leaving people's fields. So if you have been toxified in any way, shape, or form, there are a lot of detox protocols that you can do. David Avocado Wolf has one. Nanosoma is a really good one to get rid of artificial things in the blood system. There are many ways to heal yourselves from that, and my sound healing is one of them. So I wanted to share that solar activation because it was monumental for me. And I would love to hear anyone else's stories of how they just like got turned on and downloaded all of this ancient technology that's organic, that is natural, that we're all gifted with. And some of y'all may even have problems trusting your own daggone intuition. Like if you don't know who you are, you know thyself. Know thyself. You got to figure out who you are. If you need help in understanding who you are and what your gifts are, book me for an astrology reading. They get recorded on my Zoom. They're only $175. You have it forever. I am gifted with so much psychic information that comes in. I out a lot of my clients by telling them things that they've never shared with anyone. It kind of freaks them out a little bit. That's what I'm here to do. What's up, sister? Thank you. I am sharing everything that I am. I've had enough. We don't have time to be in the closet or be silent anymore. Ding. I'm going to turn on my emojis because I do love my emojis, but that'll be for the next one. I've done enough technical stuff for today. Welcome to my living room, everyone. That's my brother and my sister-in-law watching me behind with my alfalfa curl here. Anyway, so those are the things that my sound healing can assist with and assist you in activating. And some people in Houston experienced their first sound bath ever. I did that at my dear friend, as I said, Paige Irwin's Body Bar Studio. Y'all, look at this. This is how I got this way. Body Bar by Paige. She's got an online video library. She does live streaming. Body Bar by Paige. I will put a link underneath this because she's changing people's lives with having them work out. And I love to work out in my living room. It's so good. And I also do my grid work when I work out. Like, there's no limit to when you can meditate. There's no limit to when you can visualize. You can do it while you're driving. Don't do any breath work while you drive. That's just not recommended. I'm gonna have a sip of water from my Vortex cup that my son Dylan got me for Valentine's Day. I miss you, bud. I can't wait for you to be home this summer where you belong. So that's what my sound technology is doing. And then after the solar eclipse, oh, we had all of that amazing Taurus. Jupiter's been in Taurus the last year. And then it was my birthday. I'm 49, y'all. Crushing. Yes, I will be able to do the 50 kick and stretch when I'm 50. But when after my birthday, I did a sound bath for my sound baths. I do them monthly. This month it's June 15th at 11 a.m. You can attend on Zoom. It's only $25. And if you want to buy prior recordings, there's a discount on them on my site. Just contact me. I have so much building I have to do on my site and all that stuff. So, but they're discounted at $15 if you want to buy that recording. But we're going to gather June 15th. I have a few more spaces in person. That's starting to fill up. So contact me through my socials or my website to reserve your spot in person. And I have up to 100 availability on Zoom. So if you want to join there, just send me a Venmo, Kristen Writer. I'm on there with a beautiful sound bowl. And join us because I love doing the group work. Oh my God. The group sound healing that I did for Unite the Light, off the charts, y'all. Oh my goddess. Oh my goddess. It was so great to be on a big stage again. We had over 200 people in the room. There was several hundred people on the live stream, and it was just so precious to be with such beautiful humans in the present. And it was such an honor to hold such space. As I have evolved, and like, I've got my crazy monk life that's doing two tones, like really low vibrations and stuff now. Then I've got all my high soprano stuff. But doing it for that many people in person, I had so much energy going through my body and holding space for so many people's higher selves and my higher selves and guides and everything. Like, I was like, okay, y'all. Okay, yes, I feel the energy and I'm still in human form, and we're about to use this human voice box, vocal cords of goddess, thank you. But I was like, oh my God, I was shaking so much. I was like, okay, I got to channel it. And of course, my bowls are so bossy. I was like, okay, we'll do it this way. We'll do it this way. No, I opened the field and they're like, yeah, it's the complete, yeah. A lot of opposites going on because we're writing all the things that have been inverted for so long, right? How exciting. We are the ones that raised our hands in heaven or on the other side, whatever you believe. We're the ones that said, nobody's standing up to take this mission. All right, let's go. I'm a go. Pick me. So here we are. I love it. Welcome. Welcome to the most magical time on the planet ever. As we witness in the 3D, like, if you're watching the news and stuff right now, you are very locked in the 3D. And I have such compassion for your soul and for your consciousness and for the way you have been programmed. And I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me and turn it off. That's my highest recommendation. That said, June 15th, we're gathering. So join that for sound healing. Book me for an astrology reading if you need like serious, like this is the way you work and this is why this is going on in your life right now. No, you're not going to die tomorrow. No, this isn't happening. This is just, it's like we're losing. As the North Node is going through Aries, we are gaining our spiritual sovereignty. We are gaining our leadership. We're gaining our abundance. And that happens by us standing up on our own 2 feet and claiming that power. And you don't need a piece of paper. You don't need anything to qualify for taking that stand. Just opening your heart and being in your heart is that qualification. Okay. You're overqualified. You incarnated at this time for a specific reason, and humanity needs you. So let's glow. So as the North Node is coming down to the more personal degrees, it's at 13 right now, the breakdown to breakthrough degree. At Serious Joy, we practice Christopher Witecki's step system. So that is very much part of my astrological readings. I explain it all to you. I'm an amazing teacher. As I said, my multidimensional beingness was preparing children for their earth purpose forever and a day ago and now. So I will teach you how it all glows, all right, and how it all goes together. So I highly recommend an astrological reading if you're just feeling lost, you know. So as we're stepping into that sovereignty of that North Node, of that leadership, that's another reason I'm birthing Who Are You Now? Because it doesn't matter what it looks like, okay? Like I'm doing this on the fly. We just got to start sharing with each other, connecting with each other, sharing our wisdom, sharing our compassion, and getting our gifts out there for those that are not awake yet and are going to need our help. And you may think that's you, or you may still be in your closet, and that's okay. And I'm an amazing cheerleader. Don't talk to me if you went to high school with me. Okay, shh, quiet. Oh my gosh. History, history. It's coming with us. Let's leave that part out. Let's leave that part out. No, it all goes in there. It all goes in there. The good, the bad, the ugly, because it makes all of this up, right? I faced some of my greatest fears, some of my biggest traumatic events, some of them that I'm just like, all right, God, universe, I'm going to see how this karmically plays out because I know what timeline I'm on. I know what side I'm on. I don't even want to say sides. Yo, like we're all getting divided so much in our consciousness. And that's what this war is about, that all this dividing. Oh, it's the red, it's the blue, it's the left, it's the right. No, these are coming, like this is the base of it. And then they're trying to pull it down, right? Oh my gosh, this is hilarious because now we're starting to get into platonic solids, which I'm also going to be discussing with you. So here we've got the left and the right, where everybody thinks they're opposites. They are holding a foundation that is part of where we're going. Now, I know are many of us are aware that there's a third choice, right? Matthias De Stefano talks about this. I know Christopher Witecki's talked about this. The third option, right? And then that forms a triangle, right? It's a triangle. Okay. So the third option is the unity consciousness, the way. It's where we're all aligned, where our higher consciousness, and I teach this on my sound drops, anchors in through our hearts, through our entire chakra system to the core of the planet. We activate our toroidal fields, right? So that when we maintain that divine neutrality, the foundation of what seems to be opposites maintain the foundation. And notice I said seem to be opposites, right? Because we do all have, I'm like, which side am I on? You're probably seeing the mirror of it, the masculine and the feminine, right? The masculine and the feminine. The masculine is ruled by the left hemisphere of the brain, very analytical. That is the paradigm that has reigned, the patriarchy, for the last 2000 plus years. Okay. And now, with all this new plasma unity consciousness, the divine feminine, mother God, is returning in our consciousness. There's nothing birthed on this planet without the feminine. Thank you. So, as this energy is coming on, our right hemisphere is getting activated. That's where we're creative. That's where we soften. That's where we open. That is where we receive. That is the darkness, the unknown, the unseen. Subconscious is back here. We're going to get there. So, this is the foundation. This is the third way, the unity consciousness. Now, what's been interesting for all of us to witness is where we're coming out of what has been the inverted version of that, right? The inverted version of the geometry. Ooh, it makes me want to throw up, y'all. I'm like, because it's disintegrating. That energy is disintegrating. And it's an exciting time. I love it. So we've got the foundation, and still those are opposites, higher knowledge, lower knowledge. However, Gaia and our consciousness is ascending. As that happens, the inverted version of the tetrahedron, that is a platonic solid, okay, is going to be getting activated, okay? And it's going to rebirth that lower dimension as the less than falls away. They're like, no, it's not falling away. I'm like, I know. All right. All right. I'll tell them. I'll tell them. We are here to transmute it. We are here to transmute it. We are here to face it. We are here to say no more. And we are here to compassionately, powerfully, gracefully, and lovingly transmute it. That is how powerful we are. So if platonic solids, hi, Michelle. Hey, sister, I love you. Oh my God, I so need to talk to you about your thing you gave me. Because this, now that I'm talking about platonic solids, so this is also who I am, y'all. Last August, in Series Joy, we do these 40-day programs, right? Just like Jesus did. More vortex water. I love you, girl. I'm so glad I got to meet you in person. Thank you so much for joining. So I talked about the tetrahedron, right? Okay. So what I experienced along with, I mean, like, talk about walking out with egg on your face. I'm really good at it. And I'm a really good faller, Pratt faller. I'm like, oh, Carol Burnett. I loved Carol Burnett. She's so good. So, what was going on in the 40 days of self love that we did on Serious Joy? Serious Joy is $3.99 a month. If y'all can't afford me or all that stuff, then at least join Serious Joy. $3.99 for your first month. It's based on your birth chart. You can add your family. It is literal self help every second of the day with so much information, so much content, a beautiful community that can help you in your evolutionary process as you awaken to all that you really are. Who are you? So, in this process of the 40 days of self love, which is Leo season, I was activating the heart Merkaba. Yes, that is Metatron's cube. Yes, 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 and yes. But I kept it simple to honor Christopher Witecki's step program and the program how it was written out, right? So I did that. Oh my God, what a humbling. If you don't know how to love yourself, at least join Serious Joy and do the 40 days of self-love. You'll make the world a brighter place just by loving yourself. It can be that simple if you have no idea where to begin. And go for a walk outside, for crying out loud. So I activated the Merkaba. I was like, okay, great. Then comes Scorpio season. We do another 40 days. And I'm like, oh, how's Sound Drop going to fit into this? Oh, I'm having FOMO, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, icosahedron. I was like, oh, because it's the element of water. So I'm doing the icosahedron. Halfway through the program, I'm like, oh my gosh, I watched that thing on Gaia with Matthias DeStefano, and I'm working with sound and the platonic solids. Holy shift. They're the elements that make up our world, our like everything. And I'm like, oh my goddess, what have I just stumbled into? Oh, thank you, Michelle. Serious Joy is the best coaching system. Until you come to my Platonic Sound program, which is what I am pitching this up to, which you already got the pitch. You were in person, Michelle. I love you. You're the cutest. So come January, God's like, you have to do a program because we're getting ready to do another 40 days of past lives and karma for Pisces season and Serious Joy. This one was a doozy. This one was where I had to bring in the dodecahedron. And the energy and shape of this one felt really different. I had to reach out to our Series Joy, Robbie Hunt, like, oh, this one's going to be real powerful. I don't know if the community's ready for it. But God Universe was telling me I had to do it. And I was like, okay, I'll figure it out. Because that's one of my gifts. Like I'm just a channel. I get out of my way even when I want it one way. Like they'll literally come in and control my vocal cords in sound healings, y'all. It's the craziest, most awesome thing. And I'm totally sober. Well, not by the end. We're all really high, and I wish I could transport everyone to their beds at the end because everyone has such magical activations and it resets your nervous system. Oh, it's just so nurturing for the soul. It's a soul massage. It's a soul massage. So if you want one, you know where to find me. So after that program, I was like, okay, I need to continue teaching this about the elements in a more anchored and focused way of people that really want to dive deeper into this organic technology. Hmm? Organic technology with our consciousness, our visualization, our breath work, and our sound. So, July 27th, I am launching my Platonic Sound program. You can type in platonicsound.com or kristenwriter.com. Go to my Platonic Sound page. Contact me there. We will have some exchanges. The program is $555. If that's not in your wheelhouse, talk to me about it. I can create a sliding scale for you or a payment plan. So starting July 27th, every Saturday for 5 weeks, we're going to do all 5 platonic solids. So in this work, we're really going to dive into what it feels like to be each element, to be each shape, how to activate those shapes with our consciousness. I'm going to guide you with some guided meditation. We're going to do breath work. There's going to be channeling for whoever is present right there. And we're going to activate all of it with the sound. I am also going to be teaching everyone that joins the program how to sing. I don't care if you think you can't sing at all or whatever. If you can talk, you can sing. Because if like that's all you need are vocal cords. Obviously, if you have some vocal issues, then you might want to book a private session for a healing, which I'm happy to do because I faced that fear as well. See, PhD and everything, y'all. Face your fears. This is what you end up as. Lady in your living room. Laughing at yourself. Michelle, oh my God, I would love to have you. Oh my God. So we're going to sing together. So this is something that's really important about these activations. And, in the program, I will have everyone muted so that you can practice alongside with me. So you'll be able to see the shapes that my mouth is making and hear so that you can imitate it. And may be your sound may be different than mine. That's the thing. We are all our unique expressions of our own vibration. Each one of us are here right now fulfilling a specific tapestry, a specific frequency that is unique all of itself, but together it's all one, right? So it's okay that somebody's red and somebody's blue. Just find out that both have been lied to. Go up. Good goddess. Sorry, I've had a lot taken away from me in this process, and I've been censored a lot. And obviously, mum's the word doesn't work very well for me. Just leave that there. So in this program, we're really going to be I'm going to be teaching you, like my earth purpose. I'm going to teach you how to use this technology and this beautiful gift that God universe gave you to access your birthrights, which is your consciousness, your frequency, your creativity, your voice, and your psychicness. Telepathy is real, connecting to the grid of Gaia. And then I highly recommend, if you can't join the program, okay, I've offered the sliding scale, but Sandra Walter does her unity meditations every Sunday Eastern time. It's 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and 2 p.m. And I love the one at 2 p.m. I don't know if any of y'all listen to Pam Gregory. I love Pam and Magenta Pixie in the British accents. But Pam has started a unity meditation for people to come together to focus on the consciousness and unity of water and just coming together there. So when I do the unity meditation at 2 p.m. Eastern, that aligns with Pam Gregory's unity, which means we're like crossing the pond. And the more we meditate together and come together, the faster we shift this ascension process. And for the record, humanity is like crushing. We're doing better than anybody ever thought we would do. And we're doing great, everybody. And if there's naysayers, just like send them compassion from afar. Trust me, I've lost a lot of friends through this game. It has been very heartbreaking, and I stood in my truth and I didn't fall for any of this stuff. And I have so much compassion for those that did, and no judgment at all. I love you. I have compassion for you. I'm sorry. Let's get together. Okay. I love that I'm lovingly keeping keeping it surreal. That's my soul support group. I love my Canadian cohort. Oh, yes. Hey, girl, I worked for Disney up there, right down from the CNBC tower in the depths of Toronto. Ugh, don't make me throw up in my mouth a little bit. Oh, too late. I just did. Vortex water. Grateful time. I learned a lot, made some money, met some great kids, toured the Mediterranean. Thank you, God universe, if I knew then. So that is my Platonic Sound program, 5 weeks, 5 Saturdays, 2 hours from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we're really going to tap into some really powerful magic. And I know that because I've already practiced on the Serious Joy community. And this is going to be quite the level up. So I look forward to being of service for my Platonic Sound program. That said, I'm like, what else do I need to share with you? This is the launch of Who Are You? Who, dun, 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 dun. Those of you that were not at Unite the Light don't know the story of why I picked that title for this show. So before I was even born, my mom and dad were at a Who concert, and my mom was pregnant with me. And there's so many synchronicities to that. Apparently, she did not inhale. I love you, Mom. I'm so grateful for you. Y'all, my mom is a force. She's a portal too. Look out, look out. I love my mom. She's so strong. As many of you know, you don't get this way from hiding in the closet and being silent. So here we are. So I was in the womb, in the Who, at a Who concert. So I'm like, oh, I've got to do Who Are You? And apparently, according to my mom, I was screaming before I came out, screaming before I was even born. So obviously, yeah, or wrap it up. Yeah. So obviously I was meant to, hey Paige, hey mama, girl, I've talked about your body bar several times today. I told people like if they can't get down to Houston to like log on to your awesome body bar. Girl, I love you so much. I'm so grateful for you. Welcome to my Who Are You show. Paige, I should interview you. You should be one of my guests. You could be my first guest next week. What are you doing? Um, we will talk about that. Mom, oh, my mom, she's like, I did not inhale. So I was screaming before I came out. Obviously, it was my destiny to become a singer. And I am so grateful. Yes, Mama, movement heals too. You know it does. My Virgo sister Paige, I love her. Oh, she'll do it. I think, you guys, it's my first show where I'm telling you who I am, and I've got my first guest to interview. Oh no, we're gonna have fun. We might have a glass of wine. I don't know. Some of the spiritual community have judgments about that. Walk in my shoes. We'll talk later. All right. So that is Who Are You? So if you want to come on this show, go to my website, contact me, kristenwriter.com or platonicsound.com. Feel free to contact me, email me, DM me with any of your questions. This program in the summer is going to be monumental. This show is going to be monumental because I love, so far, I'm not getting censored. So that's awesome. I'm keeping it pretty peachy so far. So, all right, my friends, holy shift. Spiritual, nobody should judge. Not spiritual, not normie, not judge, not lest ye be judged. I hate to be judged, most of all by myself. Like, what? Doing my best, walking my shoes. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? All right, folks. So, to be announced, my first interview will be with the amazing Paige Party Irwin, who is the owner and creator of Body Bar Studios down in Houston, Texas. So if you want to look like this and you want to find out how to be an amazing powerhouse of a mama, this woman will blow your mind. And I happen to love her with all my heart. I'm so excited. Look at that. My new readers came right before my Who Are You? And I've cast my first guest, which was on my to-do list. See, happy new moon in Gemini, everybody. Tell God your plans because Mother, Father, God is listening. And it's about us getting out of our own way to receive all that we are and all that we are becoming. Keep your eyes on the prize, everyone. Yes, there's a foundation that looks like it is separate and opposite. Hit the third option. Keep going up, 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 and away. All right, are we done? I think we're done, God Universe. Those are all the announcements. Until the future time, I'm not setting a time to air this show. I'll try and do like graphics and stuff. Y'all, I'm learning so much about technology. Full-time single mom, giving my son the best foundation of his life. He's out on the battlefield now, fucking crushing it. My son is a master. I'm so proud of him. So proud of him. Anyway, all right. I digress. I digress. Okay, y'all. I'm here for you. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Who Are You? I'm going to go figure out all the technicalities of what I have to do now. Okay. Thank you. Keep your eyes on the prize. Stay in your heart. Be compassionate for yourself and for everyone that you come into contact with. Things are about to get even more surreal. So stay grounded, walk around barefoot, love thyself so you can love others. Thank you so much. I love you all with all my heart. And I'm so proud of myself for launching the first show. And I just had to be myself. It's always how it's been anyway. Now I got to figure out, I hit end stream. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. Girl, I'm going to call you. All right. Happy new moon. I love you. Bye.